What's good, YouTube family, man? This your guy, DJ Bless One. Thank you for watching another episode of I Smoke Hip Hop Live, man. I know face looking crazy, but this one you in the trap and you working and you ain't making excuses. I'm about to go get a light too. So Flacco does a video about King Von Mural where a father takes his son, right, to go see King Von, although in Chicago. So, and remember, this ain't nothing against Flacco. I'm just bringing this up to give my opinion as far as what y'all agree on and what, like, do y'all agree with what I'm saying, Flacco is saying, or just in general, what y'all opinions on this situation? My kids are sleeping, but hold on. I don't want to make too much. I just had to go get my trusty lighter. But, I wanted to ask a key question. He said a father brought his kid 9 years old to go see a King Von mural, right? I'm walking down the stairs. Now, the thing about that, he said that's bad because Flacco saying the dad did wrong because you're idolizing and, not Flacco didn't say that verbatim, but he definitely said it like that and said, you're idolizing a man who's a demon for real, not a regular demon like we like saying, but a demon for real. What the cops said King Von name is attached to, all that. And my only thing to Flacco or anybody else with that, before I even say my personal opinion to what Flacco said, Flacco also said that the dad, you feel me? Well, this is the only thing I agree with Flacco on. He's like, the dad said, I brought my son, the 64th, we definitely didn't go to 63rd or something like that. I thought that was weird because especially if the dad ain't even from Chicago, that's weird as hell. Like, stay out of it. Even if you are from Chicago, you ain't got beef with none of them guys, no matter, all through the 60 streets, from 61, 62, 63, 64, shit, Chicago, period. Mind your business. Enjoy the artist that King Von was. Now, that's the only thing I agree with Flacco. Now, where I come and disagree with Flacco and all that, I understand what you're saying about King Von, but that's a little bit bullshit. Not just you, Flacco, or anybody else that think like that. It's easy for us to look at what allegedly the bad things they say Von did. Hold on. That's so easy to be like, oh, don't support this person. He was a murderer for real. Why? That's a bad parenting. And how does that bad parenting, Flacco? And I'm saying this, I would love to have a conversation with you one day, but I don't be on Clubhouse that much no more. I mean, shout out to you. You used to shout me out to Adam in them and be like, that's I Smoke Hip Hop Live. I respect you for that. Real shit. But it's like, man, listen, bro. This country and every other country around the world, they have killers and murderers in books, movies, being idolized and glamorized everywhere. I don't even know if King Von ever killed anybody or not, but let's pretend he did because I ain't the DA. I don't work in any forms of policing or anything like that, but let's pretend he did kill somebody. Is he the first guy for people to idolize because he's an alleged killer? Bro, you got United States presidents that were the worst human beings in the world, slaughter millions of people, Native Americans, melanated people, even white folks. Anything you can name, bro, we can keep going, bro. You name me certain motherfuckers that are not just only idolized the way we idolize hip-hop people, but the way they're talked about throughout history like they're the second coming of Christ, bro. And we don't have an outrage when it's not a little niglet from the hood. Motherfuckers don't have an outrage. For instance, George Washington, so-called first president of the United States. What people don't bring about, and this is not misinformation. I'm gonna just say this is my opinion because I don't like, even though it's not misinformation, the way the rules of YouTube is, I'm going to say this is my personal opinion. So I challenge y'all to go research and study the memoirs of the soldiers and generals of George Washington and go read his own memoirs. He wanted to turn into a monarchy for England itself, factual. I mean, my personal opinion, because remember, YouTube, the internet changed. Even if you're telling something that's factual or whatever, it could be presented as misinformation. So I got to be careful with the new social media climate we live in. But go research that. and the things he got accused of doing or whatever, and yet he's talked about as if he's the greatest thing since, you feel me, sliced bread. That's a lot of these people, from black to white to anybody. But a hip hop person is easy to use as a target and what not to be, and the high moral compass and all that bullshit. You got senators who literally covered up murders from alleged Kennedy families and all that. The Kennedys, as far as I forgot the Senator Kennedy, the third brother. I forgot what was his name, but the one who got in that accident with the lady and allegedly covered up. We can keep going, or if we can just go through bad guys, period, that they have movies on right now. Jeffrey Dahmer got movies going on all over the world right now. People are saying it's an amazing show, not just the show that's on Netflix. They had Jeffrey Dahmer movies for years now. The past 38 to 40 some years now, maybe 30 something, 38 years. What was the outrage? But now everybody's mad at Jeffrey Dahmer for having, not everybody, but the fake people. What I'm trying to tell you is, you can like somebody while separating the so-called heinous things they've done. Like when everybody lost their minds in the R. Kelly's situation, but yet during the same time of him getting sentenced to all them years, you had Elvis Presley movie coming out. We're not going to get into that. Most of y'all know why I brought up Elvis Presley, which I got no problem with Elvis, you feel me? But we know the contradiction when they talk about Elvis and Robert Kelly, but they ignore those other ones. So I feel like it's the same thing with King Von's situation. You can't look at Von and subtract him away from what others have done allegedly as well. Not even allegedly, bro. Men throughout history have been, and women too, who have done certain heinous things. They still looked as, you know, leaders, heroes. Look at what people have done during slavery. You feel me? A lot of them people are cherished right now, and they owned actual human beings. So I'm not saying fathers should tell their kids to be violent, but why? What is wrong a father letting his son see King Von? Kids can like rap too, as long as you're there teaching them the difference through the lyrics and words. The lyrics and words you hearing, even if it's true or not, is just the image and the background of what that individual came through. And maybe the 9-year-old son comes from a similar background. You can use things for a motivation without that. You know, that's like watching a scary movie or something in history that was bad that happened, but we still read up on it. We still study on it. So the mural of a King Von is just up there as part of history. You're going to throw it away. You're going to ignore it. Tell your kids, don't pay attention to it. Don't take pictures by it, but you do it every day. You go to artifacts, areas, or I'm not articulating myself right now, y'all, because I ain't sleeping a minute. And you get to see, you know, all these things that are glamorized around the world, bruh. Historic moments or whatever. Motherfucking days like that where it's slaughtering of people or whatever. People have holidays of these type of days, aka Thanksgiving. But we're not going to get into that. You see, people don't, let's not do this high moral compass. That's what I mean when we start doing that. Oh, this is a failed father because he brought his 9-year-old son to see a King Von mural. That's kind of wrong in a way. It's not wrong to think like that and say it because we're entitled to our own opinions. But it's kind of hypocritical when everything around us is centered around people who have committed way worse than what a King Von did. Not that I'm making excuses for melanated folks killing each other and all that. That ain't what I'm doing at all. I'm showing you this high moral compass that we all have. This self-assured feeling that I'm a better individual than this other individual. You know what I mean? Just because you didn't kill anybody don't mean you're a better human being. Of course, if somebody is killing people out here, especially wrongly, yeah, that's demonic. But at the same time, there are people with thoughts and the way they feel about people that's just as demonic. Of course, I'd rather be around the people with the evil thought than the people who's actually killing. But what's the difference between a killer or somebody envisioning some heinous things about me or to do to me? So that's all I'm saying, man. That's a tricky line to play, because if we're going to cancel 9-year-old kids from looking at King Von mural, then throw all the history books away. Throw all the movies that were of the biopics you've made of mass murders and killers. Throw all the Hitler movies away. Just throw everything away. Like we can go there. If we're gonna do that. Now, King Von, man, that man is resting in peace. We don't work for the police departments. If we feel like we need to call out King Von, I feel like some people need to just go work for the police departments, and that is not towards Poetic Flacco. I actually appreciate his honest opinions. He doesn't, you feel me? Flacco ain't fake, and he don't bend the corner just to be part of the go get along. That's why I like him. Regardless if I disagree with certain things he say or not, who don't like somebody who just tell you what they're thinking and feel? That's a fresh breath there, bro. A lot of people don't feel like they could be real like that anymore. So we're in a world, in a conundrum full of fakeness. So I like what Flacco is doing as far as being his own man. But at the same time, I like debating, and that was a good topic too. He gave me content just now as far as that's a good conversation I wanted to share with y'all. Now, this one ain't for views or nothing, because if I wanted views, I'll do an actual hip hop video with the whole edits. This is just me talking to y'all, having a smoke. You feel me? Now, what do y'all feel? Do y'all think, the whole King Von situation, it should be off limits because now the CPD, Chicago Police Department, have now titled him as a killer besides himself saying certain things? Like, should he just be thrown away? A forgotten part of history? It's like when Bird, you feel me, and Above the Rim, they can't erase what we were, Shep. They can't flip. I think it was Flip or whatever. Man, I'm messing it up because it's early right now. But he said they can't erase what we were, and they can't erase it, man. You can't erase the product of what somebody did to somebody else out here, meaning that some type of motivation people can use towards King Von music or words. I'd rather them do that, bro. It's better than them mimicking him as far as the alleged killings or, beef and all that. It's just a 9-year-old boy listening. He loves the music of King Von, and he want to go see this man that I'm not going to say love like his love in real life, but at 9 years old, it's damn near that for them. They fall into what they fall into, and this specific child loves King Von music. So I wouldn't denigrate anybody, any parent for that. It just is what it is, man. People like what they like. It don't mean that's what they're going to become or they're going to do X, Y, and Z. That's all I wanted to state for that. And it doesn't erase what King Von was as far as an artist. Let's have some contrast here, bro. We can't duplicate and play the two together. And you feel me? The blurred lines, fam. The blurred lines, bro. You can do that with anybody. If we're going to do that with King Von, there's a lot of people that shouldn't be listened to or anything like that. If we're going to play that type of semantics, a lot of dead people who've actually killed people, and they're being worshipped and talked about every day in society. And they come from all walks of life, and they're being loved right now. That's all I'm saying, man. You feel me? Just like, no disrespect, but you're going to say it's different. But now, if I was about to say something about Obama, but y'all going to get mad too, right? I don't want to get political with this. This is just more about artists and not just artists, just anybody throughout history who did something. Now you're not liking it because they're a so-called alleged killer or whatever. So they shouldn't be supported in any way, shape, or fashion. Not the art itself. Art is art regardless. Separate the two. Look, man, I'm your guy, DJ Bless One. Love your family. Love your kids. Definitely stay blessed, gang.